Hare Krishna. Welcome to Morning Amrit Vani program. His Grace Rupavilas Prabhuji will be giving his transcendental words of wisdom. Dr. Rameshwar Nayak Prabhuji will be reading the Namamrita. Welcome to everyone once again. Hare Krishna. You kindly unmute yourself.
Yeah. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः. Namamrita. Chanting the holy name is more effective than karma, jnana and yoga for becoming free from material bondage. Sukdev Goswami to King Parikshit. Ajamila was Brahmana who because of bad association had given up all Brahmanical culture and religious principles. Becoming most fallen, he stole, drank, and performed other abominable acts. He even kept a prostitute. Thus, he was destined to be carried away to hell by the order of carriers of Yamaraja. But he was immediately rescued simply by a glimpse of chanting chanting of the holy name Narayana. Therefore, one who desires freedom from material bondage should adopt the process of chanting and glorifying the name, fame, form, and pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, at whose feet all the holy places stand. One cannot derive a proper benefit from other methods, such as pious atonement, speculative knowledge, and meditation in mystic yoga, because even after following such methods, one takes to fruitive activities again, unable to control his mind, which is contaminated by the base qualities of nature, namely passion and ignorance. It has actually been seen even after achieving so called perfection, many karmis, jnanis, and yogis become attached to material activities again. Many so called swamis and yogis give up material activities as false, jagan mithya. But after some time, they nevertheless resume material activities by opening hospitals and schools and performing other activities for the benefit of the public. Sometimes they participate in politics, although still falsely declaring themselves sannyasis, member of the renounced order. The perfect conclusion, however, is that if one actually desires to get out of the material world, he must take to devotional service, which begins with Sravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaran. Srimad Bhagavatam 7.5.23. Chanting. Take the slide up, please. And hearing the glories of the Lord. The Krishna consciousness movement has actually proved this. In the Western countries, many young boys who were addicted to drugs and who had many other bad habits, which they could not give up, abandoned all those propensities and very seriously engaged in chanting the glories of the Lord as soon as they joined the Krishna consciousness movement. In other words, this process is perfect method of atonement for the actions performed in Raja and Tamaha, passion and ignorance, as stated in Srimad Bhagavatam 1.2.19. Tad rajasa tamo bhavah kama labhodayach ye cheta etair anaviddam stitam sattve prasaditi. As a result of Raj and Tama, one becomes increasingly lusty and greedy. But when one takes to the process of chanting and hearing, one comes to the platform of goodness and becomes happy. As he advances in devotional service, all his doubts are completely eradicated. Vidayate hridaya granthis chidantante sarva samasya. Thus, not of his desire of fruitive activities is cut into pieces. Srimad Bhagavatam 6.2, point 45 to 46. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Shri Shri Radha Rasbihari Bhagavan ki jai, Lalita Sakhi Vishakha Mata ki jai, Giriraj Govardhan Maharaj ki jai, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki jai, Gaurang Nitai Mahaprabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, His Holiness Gopala Krishna Goswami Maharaj ki jai, morning chanting program ki jai, Samved Bhakta Vrind ki jai. There is a story about Kaga Bhushandi ji. In Kaga Bhushandi ji Leela, how he became a crow. Before becoming a crow, 3 lives were mentioned about him. The first life of Kaga Bhushandi ji was that he was ardent Shivaji Bhakta. But he used to do a lot of offense being a Shivaji Bhakta of the Vaishnavas. And he used to blaspheme the Vishnu devotees very in that way. That was not a problem. But one day he started blaspheming his guru also in front of Shivji. And because of that offense, Shivji became very, very, krodhit because of that offenses. And Shivji gave him shrap that you eternally, roam in this 84 lakh yoni. And you should never come out of it. Listening to this, the guru felt very upset. And then guru begged forgiveness to Shivji that please liberate him and please give him the knowledge by which he can come to the right person, right way of life. So then he realized his mistake, Kaga Bhushandi ji, that what offense he has created to the Vaishnavas and the Guru, and he also begged for forgiveness. But Shivji told that you have to go to the process of this 84 lakh species. But one thing I will do, that in all these 84 lakh species, when you will be going for the atonement or these things, you will remember this thing, what offense you have done. You will remember this life. And then you will be getting Shuddha Bhakti after going through all these things. So that was the blessings of Shivji. So after going through this all 84 lakh species, Kaga Bhushandi ji, he was lamenting and remembering whether he was in the water species, whether he was in the, the animal species, whether he was, he became a creamy or insect. He was always remembering what mistake he had done, and he was understanding what is the life is when he was going through all these 84 lakh species. And then after coming out through all this species, his purification happened. And he became a strong Rama Bhakta. And used to chant Ram now after going through that. And one day, he met the Lomas Rishi. He was, you can say, Nirakarvadi. He worshipped the Lord in Mayavad system. And in that Mayavad system, he had an argument. Lomas Rishi had an argument whether Lord is Sakar or Nirakar. Lord is having a form or not having a form. And he was speaking on the Lomas Rishi is that Rishi who has given a Vardhan that he can live long. And what happened? Because of the argument, Kagabhushandiji was glorifying the personal form of Lord Ra. And here he was glorifying the bhakti process of listening, chanting, and this thing. And Lomas Rishi, who was the Pakhanda Gyani, was speaking about the Nirakara thing. But since he was a very powerful Rishi, he felt very upset and very angry. So this is one thing that we learn from this thing, that even though you may be knowledgeable, but you cannot control Kama, Krodh and Lobh. On the other side, you see, after the blessings of the Lord and taking the holy name, he was taking the holy name of Ram in all the species and understanding the mistake that he had done. And because going through all the species and taking the holy name, he was completely purified. And he was to his stand. But what happened? Lomas Rishi gave him shrap. Again, a shrap was given that you become a crow, because he was speaking like cow, 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 and only one thing he was speaking about bhakti, so he become a crow. After taking the shrap also, he was not disturbed. He was not disturbed at all. And then he happily took the shrap of becoming crow. And in crow also, he is only speaking the Krishna bhakti. He says, this is my this thing. So what I'm trying to say, the today's point, that whether you become a yogi, whether you become a jnani, we know the fight between Vasishtha and Vishwamitra going for very long, very long. Vasishtha and Vishwamitra wanted to kill Vasishtha, some or other. But Vasishtha, being on the platform of bhakti, used to forgive him all the time. And one night, he had gone to kill Vishwamitra, had gone to kill Vasishtha. And there he listened how much he has, forgiveness for Vishwamitra in that devotional form. And seeing that forgiveness attitude of Vishwamitra, he surrendered, Vashishta. Vishwamitra surrendered to Vashishta, seeing the Vashishta bhakti attitude. So the point is there, whether it is Ajamil or whether any other cases, like we spoke just now of Kagabhushandiji, who is Chiranjiva, that bhakti, they have gone through all this process and understood that bhakti is the only process where Kama, Krodh, Lobh can be totally destroyed. And at the same time, the mercy of the Lord can be achieved. And we can easily go through the process and reach the perfect destination, which is to go back to the spiritual world and serve lovingly to the Vaishnavas and the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, morning chanting program ki jai.